They care about drinking. They care about clubbing. They care about having sex. They care about these things. And all this industry is doing, supply and demand. That's all it is. It's business 101. You know? So it's not hip hop. It's not even necessarily the industry. Because if there's no demand for it, what purpose would there be to supply it? You know, so it's more of a thing where if people would care about other things, if they were motivated to care about other things rather than sex, money, and clubbing and drinking and whatever, then the music would change. You know, the music was a certain way back in the day when, people were socially conscious. That it reflected in the music. Nowadays, we know what people think about because it's all over the radio, it's all over the TV and the videos, it's all through the movies, it's all in advertising, So, I just think that if there were more of people like you guys encouraging people and holding people accountable for their involvement in the way things are turning out to be, even just in the music, I think that in my opinion, it would inspire people to think about stuff. There's a whole bunch of other stuff going on in the world that could easily be deemed more important and more of a priority concern than, what a celebrity is doing. However, nobody really, it doesn't sound good, but nobody really cares that much. I just recently heard a 7-year-old got gunned down by a cop in Detroit. Like, I had to hear that from Twitter. Word. But I don't care about homeboy breaking up with homegirl, but I'm subjected to hearing that every day. That's news. Word. I guess. But these are the times that we live in, so only thing I can do is do my best to represent the exception. At a cost, of course. You don't see me all over the place. You don't hear me all over the place. As it pertains to what will be considered as popular. That pop status. But it doesn't mean I don't have anything to offer, anything substantial, anything that can have a positive effect on people. And it's not to say that it doesn't matter, and it's not to say that I don't get support. It's just that the other side gets more support. So it sort of overshadows what it is that I may do, or people of like mind would do. It's a whole bunch of people out there doing a whole lot of good in hip hop and otherwise. It's just that honey is good for you. It's better for you, but sugar gets all the credit. What you gonna do? You gonna stop being honey? Like, no. Eventually they're gonna need it. That diabetes is gonna kick in, and they're gonna be like, okay, I need to fall back. I mean, no offense to people that are in that predicament, but it's a reality. So me personally, I don't focus so much on, my adversities, anything that may be adverse to who I am and what I'm doing or whatever. I recognize that it's necessary. What I do is do my best to balance it out, by doing what may be considered adverse to that. I ain't balling out of control. I ain't doing a whole bunch of girls because that's the way that I choose to live my life. Now, that may not necessarily be interesting to a whole bunch of people, but there are people out there who live the way that, live the same way that I do, just like there's a whole bunch of people that live the way that other people live. And it's not my place to judge or have the right to say that what's right or wrong. I can only do that for myself and hopefully inspire other people, who want the same thing to go for the same thing. It's like Barack Obama can't tell everybody to, make a choice, make a decision and commit to it and make something out of yourself. The least he can do, though, is represent it and hopefully inspire people to do the same for themselves in their own way.